Hi, my name is Carrie Redmond, and I am a principal resident at Harmony School of Innovation Garland, and I'm also the principal for the Harmony Public Schools North Texas virtual learning for this past year of 2021-2022. And I just wanted to take a moment and say how grateful I am to Billy Schultz and the Go for the Greens organization. We met Billy in 2018 when I was a dean of students at Harmony Science Academy in Dallas. And we had done a breakfast for all of the neighbors and invited her. And she owns a little printing shop over there by the school. And she came and started talking to us about this organization that she was involved with as a woman business owner. And it's called Go for the Greens. And the first year we sent three girls and they had a fantastic experience. They learned so much. They felt very supported by the other women, and they went on to hold leadership roles in their colleges. And the following year, we were able to send 14 girls, and it was absolutely amazing. Go for the Greens is a fantastic organization that really supports our girls and women in business. It has given them the confidence and skills that they need to go out there and talk to people, to market, form relationships, and all of the other skills that you need as a young professional. So please, please consider support for Go for the Greens or participating in this fantastic endeavor. Thank you so much.
All right, can you introduce yourself for us, please?
Yes, my name is Jasmine Alanis, and I'm currently a junior at the University of Texas at Dallas. I graduated from Harmony back in 2019, where I was able to graduate as salutatorian of my class. I've also been a part of Go for the Green since 2018 when Ms. Billy Schultz sponsored me to go along with two other of my classmates. So since then, I've been a part of Go for the Greens and currently at UTD, continuing to be a part of the organization.
So, since Miss Billy Schultz introduced us to Go for the
Mm-hmm.
Greens, what has been your experience with it so far?
Yeah, so I think I've been fortunate enough to go for three consecutive times each year that they allow me to go back. Every time it's just a one. It's just a very unique experience. The first time I experienced a lot of firsts. Whenever I first heard about it, it felt like too good to be real. And so finally going there, I just had like just so many experiences. Apart from it being my first plane ride, um, meeting just so many people, meeting a lot of girls who had the similar ambitions and were like-minded, similar mindsets as me. It was very inspiring just to be in that type of environment, and as well as having the support from the women business owners there, not only from Dallas but around the United States. It was something that was very unique and something that I've been very fortunate enough to have been through three times in a row. Um, but other than that, it's not just having been involved those 3 days for that conference. We've been involved um, the whole year. We've been organizing golf golf events at Top Golf. We've been helping with their social media. We've been able to organize webinars for the program. So it's helped a lot in building experiences, building confidence, um, and overall just a very unique experience. I think from the first time that I attended, one thing that has really stood out to me was the confidence that I developed that first time going. Um, it's just little things that you notice like that. I remember one activity that we did at Go for the Greens was how to do a firm handshake. And ever since then, ever since I'm handshaking someone, I always think back to the moment at Go for the Greens when they're like, you need to make eye contact and you need to give a firm handshake. So it's just like little things like that that have helped you and that have helped me and my confidence, and being able to communicate with others and being able to mentor others as well. So one thing that I like to do is give back to my community in the same way that Go for the Greens has given back to me. And so since then, I've also always been involved in mentoring others.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Leslie Garcia Medina. I graduated Harmony Science Academy in 2021. I then took a year off from school to pursue a career in pediatrics, and I plan on going back in fall of 2022 to major in public health.
How did you hear about Go for the Greens?
The year of 2018, I was a freshman at the time. Miss Billy Schultz came on to our school and told us a little bit about the program. Since then, I knew that I wanted to become a part of it. So, luckily enough, I was selected to go to the first conference, and from there, kind of just been taking it one step at a time, and we're here now.
What about the program drew you in?
I think just the goal in general, it's a nonprofit, so you know that a lot of the the board and the people that are a part of it are not um, doing it for the money or doing it for the attention. They're really just focused on helping young girls like me to expand their social network and kind of pursue their dreams and in any aspect that they can. So knowing that there's people out there who are willing to put in their time and effort to see you succeed just really makes you feel worthy of continuing and doing big things in society.
And what has been your experience attending the conference?
Honestly, my first year there was very, very nerve wracking. Coming from a Hispanic household and, being a female in society obviously isn't easy. So being there and hearing about all the wonderful opportunities that life really has for you has been breathtaking. I remember being so shy and not being able to talk to anyone, and looking at myself now and going back to how I was to where I am now has just been an amazing
Mhm.
experience.
What are some changes you notice in yourself?
The way I talk, the way I walk, holding my head up high in every room I walk in. Jasmine mentioned this as well. Just shaking hands in general has been a huge change. I noticed that I'm not afraid to speak on my experiences anymore. Um, I'm breaking out of my shell. Thank you. Thanks to Go for the Greens.
And what are some things that you've learned from the conference?
I think overall to never apologize for being who you are. Annabelle Blackburn once told me that there's only one of you and you're wonderful. Going from there, it's okay to be different. It's okay to not follow the crowd. Being different is what starts a movement, is what creates a movement in society. So I think that since that year that I was advised that, I've noticed that I'm okay with walking alone in a different path because I know that eventually it's going to create something bigger.
What would you say to a young girl that's interested in coming back to the conference or coming to the conference?
I'd say do it. Don't listen to that little voice that's going to ask you questions and make you second guess yourself. Um, there's no commitment to it. Going to the first conference doesn't mean that you're going to be there forever. If you feel like it's a good spot for you to grow, then continue, and just don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. So, Jasmine, would you recommend this program to young girls in and outside of Harmony?
Yes, absolutely. I think one of the biggest takeaways that I have gotten from the program was all the mentors and friendships that I've made so far in those 3 years that I've been a part of the program. And I think one of the one of the biggest factors in me being able to be successful at UTD and outside of UTD has been the mentors that have been involved in my life, the ones that I've accepted to come into my life and be able to give me their advice, transform me in a way. I think that's been one of the biggest takeaways from those 3 years. So I think every person needs a mentor, whether or not they're um, involved in what you're interested in. It's just something that's always been helpful to me, and just having that support has always been a blessing for me. And having been able to achieve that through Go for the Greens is um, just one of the biggest takeaways. So I would absolutely recommend this to anyone that's interested. Mm-hmm.
Are you still a part of the program, and if so, in what capacity?
Yeah, so one thing that I've always told myself since the first time that I went to Go for the Greens was that I'm always going to be a part of this. Um, and so being able to be in the foot of a mentee for a couple 3 years, I knew that the next step for me was to give back and be a mentor. So apart from mentoring young girls who are going to Go for the Greens or are out there at the next conference, I think one thing for me is like I always want to give advice. I always want to be of a help in their lives and just make that positive impact in the lives of others. And so, apart from mentoring girls that have been to Go for the Greens, I also mentor people in my current job at UTD and uh, in in my university currently. Being able to help others has always been something that's something that I've always wanted to do, especially after coming back from the program. So, Leslie, are you still involved at Go for the Greens, and if so, in what capacity?
Thankfully, yes, I'm still involved. I started off, like I mentioned, in 2018 as a mentee. Since then, I've seen the growth in both me and my partner. We started off, like I said, mentees, doing, um, kind of following other people and learning new stuff from them every day. We then went on to lead webinars and start social media pages for the organization itself. Now I am a mentor. I serve as a mentor for the organization, and it's just my way of giving back and thanking them for everything that they've done for me. Um, I am able to pass on a little of what I've learned to the upcoming leaders of tomorrow, as Miss Cindy Chase likes to say. And so I've definitely seen how it opens up a whole new perspective for these young girls, just like it did to me back in when I first started.